going on, everyone? Scott here, and to the surprise of pretty much everyone, the TF2 team dropped the matchmaking update out of nowhere. So I didn't want to just rush a video and read the patch notes, give an initial reaction. I wanted to play a bit, dig deep, and get up in the guts of the update before I actually put something out. And if you saw those 32 colored arrows on the thumbnail, you know it's serious up in here. We at the shelter, it's real. And don't forget to bonk that like button and double donk that subscribe button for a chance to enter into a contest for absolutely nothing. I heard saying that really helps engagement, so make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, follow me on Google+, Friendster, Twitter, Instagram, DeviantArt, follow me everywhere. Alright guys, let's get 4,200 likes. Alright, sorry, meme time is over. Before I get into it, I would like to give props to the TF2 team for two reasons. One, for not announcing the update and just dropping it. Now, this avoided all types of hype and build-up that plagued the Jungle Inferno update, and to be quite honest, in the community, it breeds quite a bit of toxicity when an update is supposed to come out, doesn't come out, or an update does come out on time and just everybody's disappointed. So I thought it was really cool that they just kind of slid that in there. Like, yeah, we had an idea something was coming because there was maintenance, but it wasn't hyped up. That was absolutely beautiful. Now, the other reason I wanted to give them a shout out is that they actually named an item after one of the TF2 community content creators, ScottJAw, and it was an Axetinguisher buff. Now, if you're not familiar with ScottJAw, he was a pyro main who in 2015 announced that he was quitting the game due to a health concern. And it's believed that he's no longer with us, so the fact that they're calling it ScottJAW's Bequest, which basically just means legacy, it's very fitting, it's very cool, and the TF2 team, they get a lot of crap from people, but after meeting them and seeing stuff like this, even my cynical butt can't badmouth them anymore, even if they wouldn't remove NG from the game for me. To start it off, I thought that was super cool. Now onto the update. I'm not going to get too into it, I'm not going to touch on everything. I'll just go over the things that are the biggest for me, which it does kind of include a couple negatives, and I'll only touch on those quickly. First, forced auto balance is back. Really, Valve? Really? I mean, I get it, it does kind of need to be in there, but it was so nice not having to deal with that. And lastly, see, I said it would be quick. The matchmaking update, right? It's matchmaking. Apparently the first week of the matchmaking part didn't actually work. I've been hearing from people for the last couple days that it is working now. You can get in there, and I don't really play comp, so it doesn't affect me, but I'm sure that people waiting for this, they felt like they got rickrolled or something. On the flip side though, Valve did lower the price of the competitive pass, which is cool. They keep it behind a paywall to avoid aimbotters. Fingers crossed, hopefully we won't have too many of those. And then it's still a reasonable price so that anyone that wants to play comp should be able to scrape together the money through mommy and daddy or trading or, you know, however the youth of today come up with money. So I was pretty excited for this update because the Jungle Inferno update pretty much ruined TF2 for me. And I'm not talking about the influx of the pyros in every match, which was pretty obnoxious in itself. I mean, the game physically wouldn't work for me anymore properly, which I put a video up about, and I'd get random lag spikes and tearing. I'd physically rage. And to be honest, it kept me away from the game for months. I just wouldn't play. So to see that they added a lag compensation had me beyond hyped. Now I tried it out and I don't know what they did, but it basically runs for me half decent. I still have pretty high ping just based on my location now, but I could play without wanting to smash my face into the monitor, which was awesome. I've been playing more TF2 in the past week than I probably have played in the past 5 months. So that's awesome. I do plan on getting back into content creation. I'm trying to bring something different. I kind of feel like a lot of the stuff is the same, or it's been done, because the game is so old, there's only so much stuff you could do. So I'm trying to think of, I don't want to rush anything. Another quality of life change that was huge for me, and it was big on my list, and I've wanted it ever since they initially changed it, is they made it so that if you choose a game type, when the next round vote comes up, the only choices you'll have are for that particular game type. Now this is huge for me, because I like to go play on Koth. I like to go just bluff steam, kill stuff, and then I'd spend hours just goofing around and fragging and whatnot. But then it would always be frustrating because the round would end and people would choose an entirely different game type. I didn't want to play it. A lot of other people didn't play it because the majority of the people would just leave the server and then you'd have to re-queue. So this is one low-key thing that I'm the most excited for. And then another big one for me was the addition of Glyco, I think it's pronounced, Glyco, say 15% with Glyco, which is the ELO style rating system used in CSGO. Now this should create much better matches since it'll be balancing them based on a skill level. And then a lot of times you'd get thrown into a match and it would be a toss-up if you'd actually have people that wanted to play or they just wanted to go in friendly heavy or whatever and kill time. But Glyco should, in theory, put you in service with others that match your playstyle, which should lead to better, more balanced games. And the games that I've been playing, they've actually been quite good. It's so exciting. It's so much fun to actually play TF2 again and not rage. So that's huge. As far as the gameplay changes, there were a bunch of buffs and nerfs to a few classes. Nothing huge for Scout. I didn't really use the atomizer anyway. Completely understand why they changed the Pretty Boy pocket pistol. They added some new weird short circuit for NG that looks like a Symmetra right click or something. And then they finally toned down the W plus M1 destroyer of fun, the Pyro. The Jungle Inferno update buffed him in numerous ways, so it created a plethora of baby Pyro mains, and the game is just extremely annoying to play for me, especially as a scout, and I won't get too much into this. I'll possibly do a buff or nerf episode on it if I could bring myself to play Pyro long enough. They've made a couple more changes, and I'm gonna let it play out to see if they actually do anything else in the next week or so before I even consider doing that. But Valve definitely kept their eye on the class. They made some needed changes, and they brought back my personal favorite melee from the dead. Sell your paints, sell your lids. They're buying up all the gold extinguishers out here, people. So that's it. All in all, it was a very good update, and some would say it's actually the best update of the entire year, which I can stand behind. It has something for everybody. People that like cosmetics got a new case. There's a JoJo loadout. There were tons of bug fixes, quality of life updates, buffs and nerfs, basically everything you could ask for in a TF2 update without the unnecessary hype, the toxicity, and there's no like threatening. No, it's beautiful. Actually, I don't think anybody was really like FTF2 I'm leaving or whatever. It was a solid update that kind of breathes new life into the game, which is really cool, and I'm very excited to like jump back into TF2 again. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing for more in the future, and until next time, take it easy. Peace.
Sweet.